Ah, Netflix. The streaming site that's taken the world by storm in the past few years. Especially now with everyone being locked inside their homes, leaving them pretty much no choice but to stream. What many people seem to like about the site is the wide variety of genres. Documentaries, drama, action, and yes, animation. It has a surprisingly lengthy list of animated shows to choose from, but the one I want to focus on today is Carmen Sandiego. The series follows the journey of the globe-trotting title character, Carmen Sandiego, committing robberies to the helps of two friends and a tech wizard. However, there's way more to it than that, as the story has a deep, interesting plot with ever so interesting characters. So stay tuned, because in this new series on my channel, I'm going to cover the first season of this entire show. So let's start with the very first episode, Becoming Carmen Sandiego Part 1. The episode begins with the introduction of two characters, Agent Deveneaux and Miss Argent. The mood here is very mysterious. They discuss the main character, Carmen Sandiego, talking about where she possibly might make her next robbery.
Poitiers is rich with medieval history. Perhaps she is targeting a priceless antique or historic artifact from one of its many churches.
Miss Argent, you are an agent of Interpol, not a museum guide. So you may stop sharing dull facts about boring scenes.
When it comes to these two characters' introductions, it's made pretty clear that Agent Deveneaux is egotistical and has a very serious mindset. He has a very on-the-fly way of doing things, which leads to a lot of action scenes and a lot of failures. While with Miss Argent, you can tell that she's new to the job and is shy, but she clearly knows what she's doing. I'll talk a bit more about them later in this series.
On top of the world. I can see La Cathedral St. Pierre from here.
Friendly advice? Save the sightseeing for after the job.
We meet Carmen Sandiego. From what I see, she has a cool, suave demeanor, which you can get through her dialogue. She seems very calm and collected when in otherwise tense moments.
Well, this just became worth a whole lot less.
She has plenty of witty dialogue too, making a few sly comments at characters. Overall, her character is pretty cool, and in the context of what we learn about her, it makes her an interesting character to analyze. So she makes a break for the train station after claiming what she came for. And I also just want to say that the music in the show is really great. It adds to that sort of mysterious and worldly theme of the show. It actually complements the show really well in scenes of action specifically. The drums and guitar strokes mesh together just create a sound that makes the scenes all the more enjoyable. So Carmen and Agent Deveneaux partake in a chase sequence. It's also here that I point out the beautiful art design on display here. The backgrounds are simple in style yet elegant when it comes to the shading and detail put into them. The lighting and night scenes in particular are also really appealing, adding just that extra touch of detail to everything in the scene. Carmen makes her escape by train as Agent Deveneaux continues pursuit, but just when we think Carmen's safe, we meet this new character, Crackle.
Well, well. Blast from the past, eh?
Dude, seriously? Static cling?
Side effect of the directional EMP. So you can forget about reaching for your phone or fancy toys. They're dead.
I know how an electromagnetic pulse works, Gray.
It's implied that Carmen and him have a past, and we finally get to the flashback part of the episode.
Welcome to Vile Training Academy for Thieves. V-I-L-E.
So we now get to Carmen's past as a student at Vile, a school for thieves. So now that the episode has shown us that she is a thief, it now forces us to think about why she's a thief, why she went to a school for thieves. How does all this affect what happens now? This episode provides a lot of questions, which in turn keeps the viewer interested in the plot and what's going on. So Carmen gives us the story of how she ended up at Vile Academy. She was found on the streets of Buenos Aires as a baby and had nothing but a collection of Russian nesting dolls. She was raised by a group of nannies who taught her many things: reading, writing, languages, and culture. She also talks about many experiences, like how she got her code name and what it was like to be the only child at Vile.
I was literally the only child on the Isle of Vile. Which meant I got away with murder.
Why, you?
I had protection.
Problem here?
I never learned who found me as a baby.
Oh, let's get you a cupcake, sugar pie.
But I always suspected it was Coach Brunt.
The way the episode explains to us what she thought about thievery always interested me. It's actually what stood out to me as what gave Carmen's character redeemability and depth. She never knew that what she was doing was wrong. She just thought it was a game, a competition, which is what made her strive to become great at it. Props to the writers for going in a route that I certainly wasn't expecting. I also like how Carmen's past led her to viewing the people at Vile Academy as family. She never knew her parents, she was able to make friends at Vile, and she had someone at the academy who protected her. She's given such depth in this episode that makes her stand out and make her unique from everyone else, which is the literal definition of a main character. So player and Carmen meet through the phone that Carmen picked up earlier in her life.
So who do I inform over there but the weak link so you can upgrade your security?
Are you punking me? Where are you calling from?
My room in Niagara Falls.
When it comes to player, I have much less to say about him. He just seems to be the hacker who helps out the main character. While he and Carmen do have some great dialogue, he just seems a bit boring to me. But maybe that's due to the fact that he doesn't get a lot of screen time, but maybe that's just me, so I digress. So Carmen gets enrolled at Vile Academy, but not after a somewhat tense talking to from one of the teachers, Shadow-san.
We are operating a vocational school, not a nursery school.
But we've never met a case for advanced placement until now.
And last time I checked, majority vote rules.
Black Sheep, you had better be certain that becoming a professional thief is what you truly desire. For if you choose this road, there will be no turning back.
Trust me, he's gonna be really important later on. So Carmen passes orientation, and she meets her 4 roommates, one of them being a familiar face.
Black Sheep, was it? The name's Graham.
Oh, this where you hide your pearls, little girl?
Please don't touch my stuff.
Play nice, princess. We all have to room together.
The episode at the beginning established a sort of dislike between Carmen and Graham, but now that we're getting more and more context as to Carmen's past, the episode now establishes that they used to be good friends, adding more to their relationship. What this episode does really well in my opinion is adding more and more to each dynamic of the show. What the teachers are like, the relationships Carmen had at the academy, how she viewed stealing. When you add more layers to a character or a plot, not only do you open more opportunities for certain plot points, but you also keep the viewers interested. With the way this series treated its characters, it's no wonder why so many people loved it. No wonder why it got a 2nd season. Because when things happen because of a past interaction on how the character views the world around them, that's a good backstory. And yeah, when it comes to her dynamic between her and the students, particularly Graham and Tigress, they may have different views on things, but they all have one common goal: to become the best thief. And they all take pride in that, even helping Carmen pull off this particular prank.
Here's the skinny. Every 1st of December, she arrives right on schedule. See that thing she's holding? It's a hard drive, and it's loaded with classified information supplied by Vile operatives all over the world. Take aim and bring the rain.
That level of camaraderie is what makes you believe that this is what they really want to achieve. So they each get detention, and as they sit there, they each come up with their codename.
I'm Crackle. Lights out, baby.
Le chef. Like the nimble mountain goat, I take the high ground. And like the burrowing mole, El Topo takes the low.
I've earned my stripes. Call me Tigress.
Just dang, I can't get over how pretty this show looks. It really reminds me of Rise of TMNT in some places. So the school year ends as each student partakes in their final exams. Remember how I said Shadow-san would be important?
Somewhere in my coat lies a $1 bill. The coat has many pockets. Locate the target and acquire it, if you can. You have 2 minutes.
I swear I hit every pocket. If there was $1 in there, I couldn't find it.
Félicitations, mon ami! Upward and downward, mi amigo.
Gray? Did you?
I'm good, but...
So yes, Carmen fails under extremely mysterious circumstances that I think anyone would question. But she doesn't take this too well, as she stows away on a helicopter in which her former roommates are being transported to their first caper. And that's the end of part 1 of Becoming Carmen Sandiego. So far, this series is already off to a great start. It introduced tons of interesting plot points, it's made some great characters, and was ultimately a fantastic series to watch. And was ultimately a good start to a fantastic series, which I'm going to be covering a lot on this channel, whether anyone watches or not. So thank you all for watching. If you missed the last video, click here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click here. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by July next year, so please contribute to that goal. Follow me on Twitter @TheCartoonGeek, and I'll see you whenever.